This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
I'm here with Alexis Dowell, senior on the Metea Valley bowling team. Thank you for joining me today, Alexis.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're a 3-year starter on the bowling team at Metea. What's the experience been like to be able to bowl in high school?
It's a great experience. You learn as you go. You make really good friendships, whether if you're at a great level or just a beginner that's starting.
So you mentioned a wide skill set on the team. How much is there really any pressure involved, or can kind of anyone come out and try out? I'm sure there is a wide range of skill sets on the team. I guess kind of what is that range like?
Yeah, anyone can try out, even if you haven't even touched a ball, you know where you're going. And our tryouts are basically like placement. It basically goes from there, and then we split off on who's on varsity, who's on JV. And we normally split up the team so they know mixed in, and we can help each other, we can help from the coaches, it goes through.
Now you mentioned a wide range of skills. When did you personally start bowling?
Well, I started bowling from my parents. They were professional. I started around 6 or so. And I didn't really see it as like a high level I can do it. And I didn't start really knowing that I could actually get into competition in high school until I bowled at a parent-child league with my parents. And frequently I would sometimes beat my parents. I was like, oh, I can go into high school. And before, Metea didn't have a high school team until the year before. And I was really excited for that.
Talking about the experience of bowling, realizing at a fairly young age that you were pretty good at it, and then getting to realize like, hey, I can bowl in high school, and now in your senior year being a captain on the team, what's that journey been like for you? Going from kind of starting at age 6 and now you're here in your senior year of high school and being able to bowl competitively.
I can say I've really grown a lot from first starting, from just chucking it down the lane to hooking it through, nice and clean in the pocket, nice and easy.
You mentioned hooking. I'm sure there's a wide range of skills that you could go on and on about, but we're here at practice right now. What are some things that you like to work on in a typical practice round?
Me personally, with my game, I work on my approach. I've been changed a little bit since when I started this year, and getting through nice and clean through, making sure not pulling it through as much as you want to, overshooting it.
Yeah, bowling can be such a methodical game. I'm sure you really just want to find that rhythm early on and kind of just stick with the exact step-by-step approach. Is that difficult to stay in that kind of mindset, frame by frame, whenever you're out in a competitive match?
Yeah, it is. You focus on one thing and then you realize you're doing something wrong. It's like, isn't that one thing? And you're doing something else. You just gotta find a way that you can really go through for all of them. Nice and easy, just getting it in your mind. Just practicing it over and over again really just sticks in, and you can keep doing it. You don't have no problem.
And since we're talking about practice, we've got to cover the new coaching staff here at Metea. So what has this new coaching staff been able to bring to the team? Kristen Mansmith, the new head coach, AJ Johnson, a professional bowler, coming on to help out as well. What are some things that you've already picked up in their first season at coaching Metea?
Well, starting, I was a little nervous when I met AJ, but after 2 months, we really got hand in hand. He's helped me out getting clean through the ball, where I should be, and Mansmith helps out a lot, knowing where we have to stand, and both of them really help us out a lot.
And I know, talking with them a little earlier, they've mentioned how much of a team element they want to bring into bowling, which can be a very individualized sport. Obviously, the individual scores, but bringing those together as a team. What are some team philosophies that they've brought to the Metea Valley bowling team?
Just knowing that it's not just you, it's everyone contributes. And when someone messes up, someone gets a little upset, we try to help them even that. And just cheering, getting us into a game and a match, and getting up a high score, like 1,000 with the team, that's a great feeling for us.
And you mentioned, being there, cheering for your teammates, and, only a couple people bowling at once, while you got it going on. How intense do some of those meets get? I'm sure, you can kind of realize when girls are going for personal bests, I'm sure you really get behind them. And on the other end, when people are struggling, wanting to give them the support. So what's the experience like on the sideline, watching your team bowl and just being there to cheer them on?
Just being there, helping coach out and cheering when they turn around, then they have a big smile on their face and they're cheering out. Our cheers going through for NB and black gold. It really pumps us up a lot. and that's what basically brings friendships closer.
What are some of your favorite memories that you've been able to create in your 3 years with Metea Bowling?
Probably my favorite memory is my sophomore year. That was not only my first time at varsity, but the first time we won regionals and got to state. And I remember us all by 4 pins we were able to advance. We're all jumping up, happy, crying. We've never done this before.
You have the experience then of making a trip to state. What would that mean to you to be able to accomplish that again in your senior year?
It'd be great, especially for it being my last year, just getting through with the team. Even if we can't get through it as a team and some of us get through it individually, we'll still be there to cheer them on.
Building upon that, what are some goals that you have for this season? I guess individual goals as well as some team goals.
Well, trying to get us to state for one, and just keeping the relationships even if I'm gone. Because I know we have Gianna she's gonna be a senior and everyone's gonna grow from that. And I'm just trying to pass on that.
Do you have any plans for after graduation set up, whether playing at the collegiate level or already any college that you've decided on?
Yes, I decided to go to University of Central Missouri. I've applied and I'm going to be bowling with their team. And Coach Rob, he's a really good coach. I was able to go to a summer camp with him. And we go on a few stuff and it was really nice. And that is probably where I'm going to go. I'm excited.
Congratulations. What went into the process of being scouted and deciding that was kind of your final decision was choosing that school?
It was mostly on education, and when we saw they had a bowling team, it was like, oh, let's get in contact.
Kind of an added perk there.
Yeah.
Looking a little more at some individual stuff, what is the best game that you've ever personally bowled?
The best game I've bowled is a 264.
That is very impressive. What's the closest you've come, or I guess that would be the closest, but obviously the 300 game is kind of the ideal, the dream for every bowler. What's the most strikes in a row you've ever been able to get? How close have you ever gotten to the 12 in a row?
The closest I've gotten was either 6 or 7 just strikes, and just getting into that rhythm, knowing where you're going to be, really gets you going.
You mentioned the rhythm, playing against teams like Waubonsie, you've got Nequa coming up as well. But looking at a school like Waubonsie, perennial, they make the trip to state, they've won some state championships. Knowing that there's some girls in the area, and I'm sure you're probably friends with some girls on that team with the schools being so close, what are some things you've learned perhaps from watching them that you've been able to kind of try to bring to the Metea team and know that local bowling can really make an impact at the state level?
We'll see them, how their coach talks to them and stuff. How we really it was more communication mostly. Just knowing, oh, what do I have to do? We go with the coach, what do you feel like you're doing wrong? We discuss it, try to go from there, and as practice comes the next day, we'll know what to work on.
Well, best of luck the rest of the season, and hopefully you'll be able to make that trip to state once more.
Thank you.